Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, we are doing NXT Takeover review of Brooklyn, New York. Now, let me put it to you this way, guys. In comparison to SummerSlam, as I said in the SummerSlam review, the more condensed you have a show, the better it is. And this is definitely shows prime example to that. Two great back-to-back main event matches, the women's title match and the NXT Heavyweight Championship match. Both outstanding matches, could go back and forth comparing the two to decide which one's better, and you really can't. Because they were both great matches. But I'm going to go ahead and get into all the matches, give you a little bit of my opinions and outlook on the matches individually, and then give you my overall opinion, as I usually do anyway. So, starting things off, our very first match of the night was Justin Thunder Longer versus Tyler Breeze. This match was a nice opener, pretty average match, nothing too crazy going on here, but a very decent match. Both men displaying good skills. Justin Thunder Longer is actually a very well-known wrestler in Japan. I've known him more in WCW back in the day when WCW was around. So, I mean, definitely a decent match. Great opener. 3 out of 5 stars. No complaints there. The tag team title match for the NXT tag titles, I was not very impressed by this. Very surprised they had Blake and Murphy lose the tag titles to these guys that, I mean, I'm not a guy that pays attention week to week on the episodes. I mostly watch their pay-per-views because I find them outstanding. So I see the show like once every 2 to 3 months. And I have to say, this tag team that they fought against, the Vanda Villains, not impressed by them. This match wasn't all that great either. Probably one of the worst NXT tag team matches I've seen. I wasn't too highly impressed by it. So I definitely give it like a 2.5 out of 5 stars. I mean, the match wasn't complete garbage in my opinion, but it wasn't all that entertaining or attract my interest so much. It kind of was daydreaming, looking around, trying to find something else that was more interesting in this match. Very surprised by this. The next match after that was Apollo Crews defeating Ty Dillinger. Now, this match with Apollo Crews, I'm very impressed by this guy. This guy, Apollo Crews, actually was founded in the independent wrestling circuit he was a local wrestler that was becoming very popular in his local area. A very muscular guy, looks like a Bobby Lashley build, but he can move better than Bobby Lashley can. This guy's a very impressive talent. I see him more than likely becoming a World Heavyweight Champion in WWE someday. So watch out for this guy. This guy's going to really attract attention at some point. I'm very certain Vince McMahon, being Vince McMahon the way he is, he loves his big muscular guys carrying the heavyweight title. So I'm very certain in the next year or so, this guy Apollo Crews will be your NXT champion at some point. So match was alright. Nothing major here. Was decent enough match. I give it a 3 out of 5 stars at least. Samoa Joe defeating Baron Corbin by submission. Very good match. I give this match a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Only reason why I didn't get a 4 is because of the pace of the match. It was kind of slow at some points, but the ending was terrific. I love how they did it. It was very, it looked like they both had wrestling skills at the end of this match. Not to mention they were doing some really great stuff from beginning to end. But the ending was actually what caught my attention the most, because Corbin had Samoa Joe pinned in a roll-up, and he goes ahead and he's trying to get the 1-2-3, and he can't get it. And Samoa Joe twists his body around, pulls him back down, puts him in the Kimura lock, or not the Kimura lock, the Camaro choke, the rear naked choke hold that he has. I forgot the name of it. Wow, I sound like a fucking idiot right now. Oh well. But yeah, he puts him in a rear naked choke and makes him pass out, wins by submission. Excellent ending to a match like this. So I was very impressed by that. Again, 3.5 out of 5 stars. Now we come to the two major matches. The main event matches. The Women's Championship and the NXT World Title. Since we're doing this in order, we'll start off with the NXT Women's Championship. My God, man. Bayley and Sasha Banks killed each other in this match. I mean, this was brutal. This wasn't even a ladder match, and this was brutal. That's how insane this women's match was. And these are women we're talking about here, not men. We're talking about women beating the fucking hell out of each other, beating each other senseless from beginning to the end. I was so impressed by this match, I could not believe it. Bayley almost killed herself doing what's the damn move? Where you get the guy by the neck with your legs and you flip him. Well, anyway, she goes ahead and tries to do the maneuver off the top rope, and Sasha Banks counters it, flips her, she lands face first onto the mat. She whacks her. I supposedly heard during the match the announcers said that Bayley's hand was fucked up going into it. That's why it was so heavily taped. So Sasha Banks took the tape off, started pounding her leg, her arm in, and smacked her hand on top of the steel steps, and then put her hand inside where the steel steps connects with the ring, and kicked the freaking steel steps into her hand and into her hand into the steel post at the same time. Fucking believable. The biggest thing that I got out of this whole match was the submission spot that they had. Sasha Banks had her in the submission hold for the crossface that she has, that she uses on her opponents very well, may I add. And she was going ahead, and Bayley was trying to crawl to those ropes, and Bayley's hand was getting smacked upon with Sasha Banks' foot. I could not believe this shit. She was literally trying to break her hand apart. So she goes ahead, and Bayley tries to take the other hand and try to grab the ropes. Again, Sasha Banks, smart enough, realizing this, avoids from all that happening, puts her foot on a rope, flips them over to get them back into the center of the ring. Very awesome move. Never saw that before. And then to top it all off, it was reversed by Bayley and put Sasha Banks inside the crossface. My God, it was something out of a dream. I could not believe this. It was a lot like watching a Kurt Angle Chris Benoit match. I mean, you could see these two guys do that kind of shit with each other all day and all night. And any match you put them in, and that's what you would see. And that's what I saw in this match. I could not believe what the hell was going on here. And then to top it all off, she finally does the maneuver I was talking about that got countered, only in reverse off the top rope. Sasha Banks lands face first onto the mat, and then Bayley does her belly-to-belly suplex maneuver, slams her onto the mat, and gets the 1-2-3. Awesome. Awesome match. I cannot say but 5 out of 5 stars on this match. Unbelievable how great this match really was. I mean, it was nothing but perfection. There was nothing more you could do to this. Maybe a little bit, maybe there was something small missing from this match. But overall, they nailed it perfectly how they should have done this match, and they did it exactly like the way they should have. So in overall opinion, great match. If you didn't have the NXT World Championship, this would have been the fucking main event. So all around, props to both of them. At the end of the show, at the end of the match, excuse me, they go ahead and they have Becky Lynch and Charlotte show up to congratulate both of them on their performances. And I think that they need to put these four chicks together for a faction on WWE's main roster at some point and call them the four elite, the four elite women or something like that, like they did with the Four Horsemen back in the day, and have a faction going roughshod through the women's division. I think that would be fucking awesome as shit. And I think that would be really good for the women's division overall. But anyway, that's pretty much my overall opinion on that main event match. And then the second main event match was the ladder match for the NXT Championship. This match, again, another good match. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars, mainly because of the fact they used the ladder a lot in this match. There wasn't a whole lot of technical wrestling going on here, but yet they still managed to pull off a very good, entertaining match. These guys really hurt the shit out of each other. One spot that Kevin Owens had the one ladder position on the turnbuckle and the other end of the ladder position on a standing ladder as well. He went up the ladder by where the ladder was laid out, and he was trying to do a suplex, a fireman suplex maneuver, where he puts like that, hooks the leg, and tries to slam him on top of the ladder. Finn Balor was managing to avoid this, and he gives him a good shot, falls backwards, lands on top of the ladder, and whacks the back of his skull pretty badly. So, very impressed that Kevin Owens did not end up with a concussion in this match. He might have, and it was just a minor concussion, I guess. But for Kevin Owens to go from having a match like this one night before SummerSlam and then have a great match with Cesaro at SummerSlam, very impressive. Great overall. Kudos to Kevin Owens to be able to go forth and do something like this, doing double duty like he did over the past weekend. Finn Balor finishing off the match, climbed all the way up to the top of the ladder, did his stomp from the top of the ladder, and then climbed back up and achieved the NXT World Championship to retain the title. Excellent match. Again, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Unbelievable show. Very impressed. Few things here and there did not impress me, but just the 2 matches alone is worth watching the whole fucking thing of 2 hours and 20 minutes. This match was definitely worth every second watching, despite the fact that a few matches that kind of sucked in my opinion. But overall, for its, with the talent that they have, with the, they don't have as much, build up to their characters. Not too many people know who they are unless they followed NXT week after week, which I don't. I do apologize to any of the people that really love NXT, and I don't blame them. I just like to follow the major leagues. I mean, that's like NXT is the minor leagues to WWE. That's like going ahead and saying, oh, I like watching the minor league baseball league instead of watching Major League Baseball. Why? What? That don't make any fucking sense. But there's no offense to NXT. They definitely can't compete with WWE's talent. And Triple H has got the right mindset of making the show the way it should be. That's the reason why NXT's been so successful. It's not because WWE's main roster sucks or WWE just sucks, period. It's because of management. And you look at NXT's performances for their show and compare it to WWE's performances, it proves that once again it's management that causes the company to look like shit. And that's where it lies, management. At some point down the line, hopefully, we can see Triple H and Stephanie McMahon taking over the company and controlling the production and the way the show looks to the audience week after week, so that we can get a professional wrestling show instead of some just dumb, idiotic, wasted out piece of crap wrestling show that we just watch because of the sake of watching it because we love WWE. I think we should be given more than just that. Oh, just for the sake because we're big time fans of wrestling and we're willing to stick through the tough times of professional wrestling, we should just go ahead and keep watching this crap? No, we deserve better as audiences. We're going ahead and giving this company millions of dollars every year to keep them around so that we can watch professional wrestling, and this is what Vince McMahon wants to give us? For what reason? I don't know. Outside of checking out my video down below further into my channel and checking out about my opinion about Vince McMahon, and you don't understand why. I think the man's out of his fucking mind, and I think he's trying to screw us all because back in the day, we went ahead and watched his pay-per-views for free online. So he's just screwing us by creating the WWE Network so nobody has to go ahead and pay so much, and he can give us crap anyway on top of it. That's just my opinion. Check out the video. You can search through my videos on my channel, and you'll definitely find that. Anyway, at this time, leave your comments and your opinions down below. I'll definitely get back to you on that. I do apologize for the review being so late. I understand that, but I had things to do, life to live, that kind of thing. But anyway, hit that subscribe button and have a great night, guys. Bye.